What I do at Cal State Long Beach is I am an assistant professor, so I teach students in mostly the undergraduate program in nursing. So I teach them in about the midpoint of their nursing careers. The most rewarding part of my work, I think, is really influencing students in their college years. And the biggest reward that I get is seeing students when they get it, that they get that it's not just for the grade, and they actually have the chance to impact other people's lives when they take care of patients. Because I see my role is helping students to make the right decisions even when it's hard. People know that we're Christians, I think there's a nice healthy respect that we try to, we don't hide our faith, but we don't necessarily shove it down anyone's throat either. So I think people respect that. I've been there for about 10 years, so people know what Tommy does. And so they know that he's in full-time ministry. A couple of years ago, we had a student that was actually murdered. And it was really traumatic. It was a really horrible experience and a time for our department as well as for the students. So he was there to help meet with the students and to kind of debrief through that whole process. I love being a mother, and I love being able to work. So I think I have the best of both worlds because I can take the kids to school, I can be there when they have special programs. Well, my faith in home life and my family life, it's totally integrated. I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like if we didn't have faith in our family. I love that my kids are old enough now where they get how important it is to have their own faith. Nice story that we had the other week was that Noah, my 13-year-old, he really wanted to go to camp, and he was waitlisted, so it didn't look like he was going to go. And we told him, Noah, it's very unlikely that you're going to go to camp. Well, he was insistent on continuing to pray, even though Tommy and I were like, your chances are next to none. But he kept praying in spite of the lack of faith of his parents, who should have been the role models for faith. And he prayed for probably a good 3 months consistently. And in the end, God opened the door to the surprise of his parents. It was really a faith-building experience for him. And then to go to camp and knowing that, he was like, God must really have a reason for me to go because he opened the door. So seeing my kids, I think, get to the point of really hearing from the Lord and experiencing him for themselves, and it becomes their own faith, and it's no longer just us dragging them to church. I think it's really important to first of all establish your credibility in the workplace. So the credibility and the respect that I have, it didn't come first from being really bold initially about my faith. It came from people respecting me for doing a really great job at my job. For people that are entering the workforce as people who, men and women of God, I would say, just continue to do your job well, because if you do a bad job at your work, it doesn't matter how bold you are in your faith, you're not going to be respected. So do a great job at your work, and then just be open. And really, I think if your heart is really not only for the Lord, but for people, and you merge those two things together, God will do amazing things.